Hello and welcome to the Wrestling Answers podcast. I'm your host, Miyama53, joined as ever by my wonderful co-host, Joebot22.
What's 9 plus 10, everybody? It's 21. It's 9
Yes,
plus 10 day when this is released.
yes, it
Which,
is.
which
Yeah,
everyone's making a big deal about, which I don't really get.
yeah,
But yeah, so 9 plus 10 day, everyone.
yeah. I mean, it's a little awkward in the UK because it's actually the 10th of September, so it's
What's 10 plus 9?
yeah, it's 10 plus 9 here, which doesn't work as well. So it'd be
It'll be next month. Next month will be it for us.
yes, yeah, 10th. 10th, what? 9th of October. There you go. Okay, so, yeah, as you guys might have realised, as we were just talking about, the release date has changed. It's just because our schedules have changed, both mine and Joe's. So it's sort of necessitated that now, instead of putting the podcast out on a Tuesday, because neither of us are free to record on the Monday anymore, we'll just have to do it on a Friday because both of us are available on a Thursday.
I think Friday's
So
more of an exciting day as well. Like Tuesday, no one's watching on
yeah,
Tuesday. But Friday
Tuesday,
night,
Fri Friday
party
night.
time. Right
Yeah,
before Gigolo Greg comes in
yeah, exactly.
on the
You
Saturday.
got the whole weekend for Friday. So
Exactly.
yeah, so it is episode 25 today, the silver anniversary of the Wrestling Answers podcast. So we'll have a special segment later on to commemorate that. But for the time being, we'll move on to our first segment, which actually sort of relates to a lot of what we'd been talking about last week. Because obviously last week we were talking about all the like CM Punk returning. We were talking about SummerSlam and how it was kind of meh. Well, AEW had their pay-per-view, AEW All Out, uh, during this weekend just gone. And I tell you what, I actually watched it. Shocking, I know. I actually watched it, and I say it really quietly so Dave Meltzer doesn't hear me. I actually thought it was really good. Um,
No way. He had a good
uh,
opinion on AEW.
yeah, it's shocking, I know, but yeah, it was really good actually. There were loads of like returns and stuff, loads of really good matches as well. You know, we had Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, and it's a little further down the totem pole. We had Ruby Riot, um, all debut at All Out. Um, and yeah, I really thought they put on a great show. I think the fact that they've got Bryan in now is it's probably as big of an acquisition as CM Punk, I would say. Adam Cole, not really. I mean, yeah, Adam Cole's over. Obviously, he's a good wrestler from watching him in NXT, but yeah, I don't know. It's just not as exciting, is it? Because he's Adam Cole, you know. He's not Daniel
Go,
Bryan.
baby.
He's not CM Punk. He's just a short man with long hair. But yeah, so our point this week, it isn't just me praising All Out. It's me asking the question: does AEW now have what it takes to put on a proper attempt at competing with WWE? Because up until this point, they'd been sort of more competing with NXT. But as we know, NXT is dead in the water right now. So if AEW moved to like a Friday night, or God forbid they move to a Monday night, do you think we could genuinely see something like the Monday Night Wars? Because I mean, it's clear AEW have won the Wednesday Night Wars. Just fucking NXT are gone. Like they're fucked. You know, they've lost all the big stars. WWE aren't gonna go after like indie darlings anymore. They're just gonna use homegrown talent. Pretty much NXT is literally going to become developmental now. Like what fucking what's it called? SCW was back in the day. So, do you think if AEW decided one day to just say, "I fuck it, let's move us to Monday night," do you think they could genuinely compete with Raw?
Oh, I think they could.
Hmm. I'll be
Um,
honest with you, I think they could as well.
WWE have bugger all now. Like, I don't
Hmm.
want to see Dominic Mysterio versus Roman Reigns like 10 weeks in a row. It's like it's just awful now. The stars they do have are crap, and the good stars that they have, they don't use.
Hmm. Well,
It,
Kevin
I,
Owens' contract expires next year, and I've heard WWE are willing to let him walk out, which is ridiculous
why?
because
Why?
Kevin Owens is one of their last remaining proper, like, genuinely talented guys, and he's not even in the main event. He's been stuck in the mid card for like a year now, which is ridiculous for a man of his talent. He should be They should be building the show around Kevin Owens, because I remember they tried to, didn't they? They made Kevin Owens like this Stone Cold kind of a character, just going around hitting the stunner
Yeah,
on everybody. They should have made the show around him because he is what they need. He has bags and bags and bags of charisma. He is superb on the mic. He's superb in the ring. You know, like he's not your archetypical WWE guy, because he just looks like a fat lad from down the pub. And your average WWE guy, I think of guys like, Lex Luger, Hulk Hogan, fucking massive jacked dudes. So obviously, like, he doesn't fit the archetype perfectly, but you could still try and build the whole thing around him because he is really all they've got left. Like, there's what? There's him, there's Roman, Rollins. I'm McIntyre, I guess. Like, that's literally all the big stars I can think of that WWE have right now. And McIntyre is like debatable. So
yeah,
I just I don't know what they're thinking. Like, they constantly letting some of their best talent leave for AEW, and they're doing nothing about it. They're not signing people to replace them. They're The quality of the shows is just getting worse and worse and worse, and they seem to be fine with it. Like, it's so annoying seeing this happen because we've said it before. I suppose we're like the anti AEW squad. We Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to say I don't want AEW to succeed because like AEW has a lot of wrestlers I like. I just don't like the company as a whole. It seems very self-centered a little bit. I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but like I want to see WWE beat AEW here. I think AEW is a promotion that keep sniffing its own arse, and WWE are feeling a bit left out. You know, they can't sniff their arse. They ain't got anything to sniff. It's a strange analogy. I don't actually know where I'm going with it.
So baffled right now.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is, yes, I think AEW absolutely have what it takes to compete if they move to a Monday night or a Friday night to compete with SmackDown. AEW's raking in the ratings, bro. Like the SmackDown core viewer base plummets. It moved to Raw. Sorry, Monday. Raw's core viewer base plummets so far because it's already like at the lowest point it's been ever. Like, you know, this is lower than the new generation when you had guys like Mabel and Psycho Sid in your main event. It's lower than then. It's
I think
ridiculous.
I think it could easily like half if AW moved to Monday nights.
Oh yeah, yeah. People just switch off Raw because it's not worth watching. But then, on the flip side, maybe if AEW did move to Monday nights and WWE's ratings were just dropping and dropping, maybe it would propel them into actually doing something. Like, if AEW did move to Monday nights and they were properly competing with Raw, maybe that could be a good thing for both companies because obviously AEW is going to be in the limelight, probably winning the ratings battle week in, week out. We could see something like the Attitude Era where WWE actually start booking things, you know, well. I doubt it because WWE's ratings have been dropping and dropping and they're still doing nothing about it. But maybe if they dropped so far low that they might have to be forced to do something, maybe that would be maybe that'd be enough. I think it's one of them things where it's a different boat to WCW because I don't think AEW will sink as far as WCW just to try and get back. I think AEW, if they do start losing, they'll accept it. Like, I know they've said themselves they're not looking to compete, they're looking to be an alternative. It's very clear that they want to compete. Like, with all the signings they've made, it's so clear to me what they want to do, and that is they want to overtake Raw and they want to become the number one wrestling promotion in the US. And, you know, it'll be very, very hard. AEW do not have even like 10% of the history of WWE. So, of course, they're not going to be able to compete on such a level. But maybe. And we are back because guess what, ladies and gents? Our recording software still doesn't work consistently. To be fair, it has
It's been
worked.
alright the past few weeks.
Yeah, it's I've been sort of waiting for something like this to happen, so it was inevitable. But yeah, back to what we were saying. Um, I do think AEW have what it takes, and I think if they move to a Monday, WWE's ratings, to quote Scott Steiner, drastic go down. Um, yeah, it's obviously AEW have the talent now. You know, they've got so many big names like I was about to say Steiner. They don't have Steiner. Punk, Brian, you know, Omega, Cody, not the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are shit. No, I mean Cody's shit as well. Actually, they're all a bit shit. Well, except for Punk and Brian, they're okay. But they they have big names. Yeah, I can't. really argue with that. I think if the booking improved a little bit, like to appeal more to like the mass market rather than like just, your average fucking wrestling marks. Yeah, I think they could very easily overtake WWE in the ratings. I mean, it wouldn't be hard at the minute. Like, if there's any time to do it, now is the time.
Mm.
So, yeah, I'd like to see it personally. What about you, Joseph? What about your opinion?
Ooh, I think WWE are just like in the mud a bit now.
Yeah,
Like they've just they've been on their high horse for too long now. It just pisses me off because you could tell they just think that they're just never going to go away just because they're WWE, they're just shit. But
yes, yeah.
I think it's time to just get him out now. Um, or even just reinvent like the company a bit.
Just reboot the entire thing. Just like everything that happened before this, non-canon. Just new 52, the WWE
Yeah, just
universe.
fucking get some new stars in. Keep
Yeah,
keep like some of the good ones around,
like Kevin Owens. Keep
like
him.
Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins,
I'd probably,
Cesaro, maybe.
yeah, I'd keep Reigns as well. Like Reigns right now, at least. No, if he goes back to being face Reigns, get him as far away as possible. Fucking sell him to like Ring of Honor. Like,
I
ain't
think they're
nobody
relying
watching
on
that.
too many old stars.
Yeah, well, you say that AEW are sort of doing the same right now. Like,
Y- Yeah, they're using old.
Jericho, Bryan Punk. They're not exactly spring chickens, are they?
Yeah, but they're using different storylines with them and
Yeah,
different
Sting
characters.
as well.
So
There's Sting as well. I completely forgot. AEW have Sting.
the
That's
singer.
so weird, isn't it?
I'm not funny at all. But no, yeah, so I just think it's time for them to go, really.
Hmm.
It's time to go.
Rip Claude.
Yeah,
Um.
truly.
Yeah, I think they absolutely have what it takes to compete. Don't know when they would. I feel like they're more than comfortable on their Wednesday, but maybe, just maybe, they move over to Mondays in the near future, and then just smacking Raw up. Like, what are Raw gonna do? Book a main event of Jinder Mahal versus Otis? Like,
Mm, To
you
be
know
fair, I
what?
would like to see that match.
No, you wouldn't. It probably like 4 minutes of just really slow chain wrestling, and then
Just
Otis does
Otis
the
there like,
worm and it's over.
eh, eh. He's always out of breath. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I've got an idea, but
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
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 mm.
mm,
Like regular show.
mm.
Uh, yeah. So we'll move on to our. Oh, excuse me. Move on to our next topic. Uh, will movies and cinema stay the way they are right now? So what I mean by that is like Disney using that premium pay thing on Disney Plus, so you can watch like a film that's supposed to be out in the cinemas on your Disney Plus. I know like what's it called? HBO Max are doing the same as well with a couple of their films. I did it with Wonder Woman 1984,
Space Jam. Space
Space Jam
Jam.
as well. Space Jam.
Space Jam. Everybody get up. It's time to slam.
I still haven't seen the new Space Jam film.
I've heard it's shit. I don't want to
Yeah,
watch it.
I've heard it's crap as well. To be fair, the first one's like, all jokes aside, the first one is fucking abysmal. Like,
How dare you? How dare you?
it's terrible, mate.
How dare you?
I watched it like a couple weeks ago because I think I found it on like Sky or whatever. I watched it a couple weeks ago, and Michael Jordan, bless him, he's not an actor, and neither's
Yeah,
LeBron.
it's pretty
It,
bad actually.
it's not a good film. But you know, everyone like remembers it because it's so wacky, and it was quite wacky, to be fair. But yeah, so will movies and cinema stay the way they are now, with like big movies being released directly to streaming services, or do we think they'll go back to the way they were, so that you know they'll just come out in the cinemas?
Well, I
Like
think
you
they're
know,
already like.
like Shang-Chi, for example. Shang-Chi is only releasing in cinemas. At the time of recording, neither of us will have seen it.
I'm going
Uh,
tomorrow. So
you're going
when it's
tomorrow.
released, I would have seen it.
Yeah, and
Actually, I
I
think
am.
so because it's at 8:30. So half an
Yeah.
hour after this is released.
No, this comes out at 7.
Oh, so no,
So
I
an
released
hour
at
and a
8,
half.
didn't I?
Yeah, so it comes out
Fuck's
at
sake! Oh my, oh that's a
an
stinker
hour
right
and a half. Got an hour and a half.
there. Yeah. Oh god, that's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. Yeah. So by the time this comes out, I will be going to watch it on the Saturday. So, and then
And then we could talk about next week 'cause it's out of spoiler
yes,
territory.
yes, we can
Lines up,
indeed.
lines up.
Yeah, because obviously, well, it's been about a week since it came out. 3rd of September it released originally.
Hmm.
So we're still in like the spoiler period. If I always sort of have the mentality like if you wanted to go see it, you'd watch it in the first 2 weeks, and then after those 2 weeks have passed, I think you're okay for spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, I think there should be a bit of leniency with it though, in terms of COVID.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
some people
yeah,
want to be safe, so they don't
yeah. I
go.
get that. I get that. I get that. And
But
most people just don't want to see it. To be honest with you, like I know it looks like a great film, and all the reviews are saying it's great, and all. This is like a sort of sidetrack from our main topic, but like all the reviews I've seen of Shang-Chi are saying the film's great. All the people that I've spoken to that have seen the film have said it's great, but a lot of the people I've spoken to about it don't care to see the film. Like they're like, oh, I mean, like it looks cool, but I don't really like. I'm not bothered to see it or not. Like I was talking to because my dad's like a big MCU fan, which I always thought was really strange. Like he got really into comic book movies a couple of years ago, and like even he is like, yeah, I mean, like I don't really care. My brother, he's like, I don't really care. I'm the only person who wants to go see it, but we're all gonna go see it on the Saturday.
it's like that with a lot of solo films now, like in the
Yeah,
MCU now,
unless
because it was like that
it's
with
a big
Black Panther,
character.
Captain Marvel.
Well, Black
Uh,
Panther was different for my lot because like we all wanted to go see Black Panther. Captain Marvel, I went and saw with a couple of my mates, and I mean, I regret going and seeing it because it was shit. Like it was like £8.50 for a cinema ticket, and I came out of the fucking cinema like that was rubbish, and it was. It like the Captain Marvel Defenders are either they're one of two things. They are either a simp or stupid. There's no like middle ground. You know, I'm not going to accept like the Captain Marvel enjoyer. No, the film is boring, and
uh,
Brie Larson is
I don't
not
really
good.
like it.
Brie Larson is not very good in that film. I don't think. I thought she gave a pretty shit performance, and the film was
I like it
very
more.
much
I like it
carried
more
by
than
Samuel
I
L.
did when it
Jackson.
first came out.
I I've only
Like
watched
I
it the one
hated it when it
time,
first
so
came out.
I've only watched it the one time, so maybe I'm slightly like, you know, biased by my memories. But then again, I've only watched Civil War twice. I watched it when it came out, and I watched it when Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out. And both times I thought it was a fantastic film. So, if I watched it again tomorrow or today or whatever, chances are I'd probably still think it's a bad film. Because I just don't think it's a good film. I think the writing is not great. Brie Larson's performance, despite the fact that she is the main character, she puts in a pretty shit performance. Samuel L. Jackson genuinely had a fucking bigger carry job there than when Bret Hart had to wrestle a fucking coked out of his mind bulldog at SummerSlam. It's ridiculous.
But I feel like a lot of solo films, at least with like the build up to them, there's just not a lot of hype because you're sort of like, I mean, Black Widow is a little different, but even before COVID, like
Even before COVID, I didn't want to
early
go and see
2020,
Black
a
Widow.
lot of people were just not wanting to see it, and that could just
Yeah.
be a point as
I
like she was dead in Endgame, so
Yeah,
that might
well, I
be
was
it.
going to say we sort of knew how it was going to end, and also having seen the film since, I think people were right to not want to go and see it because it was shit.
I feel like after
Like,
Endgame, people just want to see these big team up movies. I mean, you see it, it's like I was just like, oh, I don't want to go see Doctor Strange 2 because of the Scarlet Witch is going to be in it, and
yeah,
American
well, yeah, it's
Chavez, and
like
maybe even
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh, I want to go see that because I want to see like Toby and Andrew and Tom Holland all teaming up.
The funny thing is, we don't even know that that's fully confirmed yet. Like, yeah, it's probably likely.
Well, I mean, like, we know that they are in the film because they were pictured on set, and fucking Andrew Garfield was pictured on set in costume. But
No, they're fake. I saw a Photoshop thing on them.
oh, oh
So
wow,
someone put him in like the guy who's trying to like claim that as real. Put it in like like the Adobe Photoshop checker.
yes, yeah,
He put it in that, and then it came out totally different to how it should look in like the
oh,
Photoshop thing.
oh wow, oh,
So
fair enough.
it's like, yeah, it's saying it's got no Photoshop. That's not how it should look if it's
Yeah,
so. I mean, yeah, I mean maybe they are in it, but we
at
don't
this
fully
point,
know yet.
I'm like 80% certain that they are in the film. I think it's literally a matter of time until we get the second trailer, and then they'll probably reveal them in that. Because that's what Marvel like to do, isn't it? They like to reveal a little bit in the first trailer, and then in the second trailer, bam, big reveal. Because
Well,
that's what
I
they did
feel
with
like
Civil
if they're
War,
not,
isn't it?
I feel like if they're not in the trailers, then they're not in the film. That, that's that's
Um,
no, 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 no. I'm right.
uh, uh,
They will not pass on that marketing opportunity.
well,
Even the mere thought of them
yeah,
being in it
well,
has gotten
like,
a billion people excited for the film. They will not pass on the
yeah,
opportunity to confirm it in a trailer because that will get everyone to go and see the film. They will
I
not
mean,
leave it to a surprise in the film. They will
I
not.
mean, they didn't reveal that Tony Stark was going to die in Endgame, and they didn't reveal that
Yeah, because that's a big
Thanos.
spoiler.
Well, they didn't
That's a bit.
reveal that. Well, I mean, the fucking Spider-Man could be a big spoiler. You know, think
Well,
about the way that.
even fucking Doc Ock is a
Hang
big
on, hang on.
spoiler.
Think about,
But it gets
think
people
about this,
excited.
right? Think about this, right? The way Disney marketed The Mandalorian, right? I know it's different because it's a TV show on a streaming service. The way they marketed The Mandalorian before that came out, they didn't show Baby Yoda or Grogu or whatever at all in the marketing beforehand. And then it's a big surprise when you actually watch the show that the whole show is based around Grogu.
Yeah, but
So,
but no, because that's different now. That's a show which comes out weekly on a streaming service that most people have. So there was the whole point of that was I think it was Donald Glover said to John Favreau, don't put it in trailers or anything because it'll go viral, and it did, and that worked. But you can't do that with Spider-Man
You
because
you say that
it's a film.
you can though.
No, you can't. It won't
Well
work
you
as well.
can do viral marketing for a film as well as you can a TV show, Joe.
It won't work as well though. It won't work
Well, why not?
because people go out their way to avoid spoilers for films. They do. People close off Twitter. People close off YouTube. I'm closing off YouTube for the week. Like it doesn't work the same. It doesn't.
Well, would it not be a much bigger surprise for the viewing audience to go in and then see, though? Because if the audience have this anticipation that they are going to be in the film, they're going to see the film regardless, aren't they? So if you don't
That's
prove
what I
that they're
mean.
no, if you don't prove that they're in it, if you don't prove that they're in it, then more people will be intrigued to see whether they are in the film, rather than just saying, "Oh, they are." Because people
I
will
think
go
I
and
think I
see
think people want to
to
see
see
them in it
whether
more
they
than they want
are.
to. No, no, no. People want to see them in it more than they want to see whether they are in it or not. Like you know, I mean, just even like the anticipation, as you said, has got them like excited. So I don't think that people will just be there like, oh, I wonder whether they are or not. I'm gonna go see it. They want to be like, they are in it. I have a 100% guarantee in my mind that they are in it. But if they're not in it, they're gonna be disappointed. So if it's confirmed in trailers that they are in it, boom, they're gonna see it
Yeah, but then it
and they're
just
gonna enjoy
ruins
it.
the entire like fucking plot of the film. Like, I mean, we already know that the plot is going to be revolving around all the dimensions merging into one and whatever. But then, like, if you show them off, the film has. There's no point in going to watch the film then, is there? Because you know what's happening.
We already
Like,
know what's happening.
yes, I know, but then there's no twists in the film to make you actually go and watch the film. If they show every single reveal off, Joe, then there's literally no point because you have the full plot synopsis from the trailers. So there's no point in watching the film.
Not if there's a bigger reveal in the film that they don't show in
What is
trailers.
there going to be a bigger reveal than the three Spider-Men in that film?
Maybe like Tobey Maguire dies.
Well, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, yeah, pissed in your fucking
But
cornflakes
they
there,
won't
lad.
do that, will they? They won't do that, will they?
All I'm gonna say is Civil War trailer. They revealed Spider-Man in there,
Yeah, they ruined the
and
entire film in
like
two
it
trailers.
doubled the amount of people who wanted to watch that film.
They also ruined the plot of the film. Like
It didn't. It didn't.
no, they did because when you watch the film and you watch the two trailers back, or technically there's three because I did a third one after. When you watch the film and you watch the trailers, like you watch the trailers, then you watch the film. Sorry, literally every plot beat is shown in those trailers. The only thing that's missing is the revelation of why they're fighting. That is the only thing that isn't in those trailers. Like, at that point, what is the point of going to watch the film if the entire plot of the film is revealed in the trailers?
Because Spider-Man.
We can see Spider-Man in the trailers. He doesn't do a
Yeah,
lot. He does fuck all in the film anyway. I like the film a lot, but he does
yeah, but
fuck all.
we don't
He
know
comes
what he does
in,
in the film
he
from the
comes in,
trailers.
and he fucking like webs up Giant Man or whatever. He has that little interaction with Cap, and that's it.
The fucking three Spider-Man can they can come to the film. They can have like a 1 second scene where it's just like, oh, go get him, Spidey, and then they could bugger off the entire film. If they just show a shot of that in the trailer, a billion people are going to see it. Opening weekend, they're going to get all the money, and they're still going to be disappointed by it. They don't have to have a big plot role in the film. They just have to show them.
Yeah, but then the actual film isn't as good as it should be. the actual reveal of those guys being in the film is
Yeah, but from where we
detrimental
are,
to the film.
we don't know that they are in it. At least this way,
No, the fucking
like
cast member literally said that they're in the film.
who? Who?
Fucking what's JB Smooth? He
Oh,
literally said.
JB.
He
He
literally
would not
said.
have said.
And we're back. Craig decided to fuck off again. He's really temperamental today.
I know. What a bitch boy.
Yeah. Like
Or
you, Joe.
bear boy.
Bitch.
No. Yeah, bitch. I know. Well, right. So, what topic were we fucking on? Movies and cinemas.
Will movies and cinemas stay the way they are now, or go back to the way they were?
Oh, I think they've already started to make the move. I mean, Disney have completely got rid of the like the whatever it's called, pay.
Well, they haven't completely got rid of it yet.
No, they've
They're
stopped doing it.
using no. Well, they've said they're using Shang-Chi as an experiment to see whether it will work, as in
I don't.
whether people will go and see it. Which I think is a bad move from them choosing this film of all films as an example, because as I was saying, a lot of the people I've spoken to aren't interested in the film anyway. So
I'm pretty sure they got rid of it completely. Like they're not even bringing it
well,
back.
you can still use. Well, I mean, they've still got it for like Dalmatians or whatever that Cruella.
I
Sorry.
think Jungle Cruise is like after that's free. I think they've stopped.
Uh, I think it will come back if we go back into another lockdown. Mostly because it would have to, but
Uh, maybe. I just don't think. I think with all the like the lawsuits that are happening, I think it would probably just be
oh,
more beneficial for them to release them in trailers, assuming they can, of course. Just because that's the contracts that have already been like set and stuff.
uh,
But you know, well, that's Disney anyway. I think that most other companies will like use the fucking
use these nuts.
what's the one called like
These.
HBO Max and stuff, and I know that Paramount have their own one now, and
Yeah.
no one's gonna use Netflix. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
uh, Netflix, okay, now.
Mm.
But yeah, that's what I think of doing. I don't think they're.
I think it will. I think the way it'll probably work is they'll release smaller films to both. So stuff like HBO Max. Like if they did, I don't know, like a sequel to something like fucking Starship Troopers, but only gave it like a small budget. They'd probably release that on the Paramount streaming service rather than putting that in the cinemas. Like things like that, I think are probably more suited towards the streaming service kind of model rather than straight into the cinemas. I do think a majority of films, like like when the MCU comes back in full force, which I mean it's looking like it's going to in the next couple months. Obviously, Shang-Chi's come out. Um, I think the obviously like bigger movie franchises are going to stay in cinemas. Like new Matrix film. There's a trailer for that. It's coming out today apparently for the Matrix Revolutions. I'm excited to see it. Well, the trailer that is. I don't know whether to be excited for the film, but yeah. Big stuff's going to release in the cinemas. I think smaller stuff where the companies releasing it are like You know what? We could probably just whack this on streaming. I think that's also going to be there. I think because it's shown that it does work. Like, obviously, it's not going to make them as much money, but it works. So why not? You know. So yeah, I think we'll get a lovely mix, like
I think it's going to
a
fizzle
pick and
out
mix.
a bit, but I feel like they'll probably still would put some like on stream service, even in like 10 years' time. I think it's just gonna be like a common thing now for like movies that probably won't do as well in box office.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, oh, maybe like like horror films that release in like February. Like they're not gonna do well, you know. Um,
I mean, no film that comes out in February, other than like romance films, is ever really going to do well, is it?
I guess so. Um, just anything by like Hugh Grant, just put that on a stream. No one's gonna watch it. Um,
Mm.
how's
Well,
that?
well,
How's that man make a living?
well, he just keeps
Um,
making the same rom com every like once a year for 20 years, and
him and
that's
Jen,
kept.
him and Jennifer Aniston.
Yep. Who else is it that's always in them? Reese Witherspoon, I think it is. Is it Reese
Let, let,
Witherspoon? Yeah. Well, she's in
let's
quite
check out his films. How many rom-coms has he been in?
too many.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
I'm just looking at pretty much all. At least the top ones are just all. Oh, Paddington. Who's in Paddington? They're not
Yes.
wrong. Well,
Well,
are
he is the villain of Paddington 2, isn't he?
they? He might be. I've never seen.
I haven't actually seen Paddington 2. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've seen the first one. I thought
He
the
was in the
first one was.
first one. He didn't play. No, he didn't play Paddington. Who was
Who
he?
was he in the first one? I can't remember him.
Oh, I don't think he was. He's just listed, but I think that was probably just because he's in the second one, so he's like associated on Google.
Oh, right. I was going to say, because I don't remember him being in the first one. I
Simon
know.
Farnaby is in the first one. What a
Yes, he
legend!
is, yeah. Who else? Like, Peter Capaldi's in there as well. I think Nicole Kidman's the main villain.
Yeah, yeah, she is. You know,
It's a good film, the first
Michael
Paddington.
Bond is listed as kindly gentleman. So there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Films. They are going to release on streaming and in cinemas. Wow. But yeah,
What's up
we'll
next?
move on to our next topic. Next topic is the one of the main producers at Ryuga Gokuto. I think I said that right. Ryuga Gotoku or Gotoku
Oh, be careful here. This
or
is yeah.
RGG Studio. The guys behind the Yakuza franchise. Um, they have said themselves that they are thinking of making, Yakuza franchise games based in other countries. Now, you obviously you've only had like a little bit of exposure to Yakuza. You've only played like the first 3 chapters of Yakuza 0,
Hmm.
whereas I've beaten all of the mainline games except for the RPG one. I've probably got like over 200 hours spread across all of them. So, I've played a little bit more than you. But
That series has taken so long for me. It's probably because most streams
I
I'm
was
either
gonna say
replaying something or
it's
just messing
because
around in a fucking pool.
yeah, where it's like you just sort of get You're only playing it once a week, and then when
For
you
like
do
an
play
hour
it,
and a half.
you get like sidetracked. So of course it's going to take you a while.
I did Google how long the game takes. It's like 30 odd hours. So
Oh yeah, no, they're long games. Yeah,
a few weeks and we'll be done. If I just
yeah,
focus on progress. Oh, sorry, I burped.
progression. Yeah.
I just downed my coffee. It's going cold.
I
Oh, Jesus.
I don't mind a cold coffee.
Well, you got to make it like proper ice if you're gonna go for a
Like
really
an
cold
actual,
coffee.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can't have like a midway because then
midway.
it's just like.
Then it's not Mortal Kombat.
Anyway,
that,
so
that was a shite joke. Yeah. So
well, we're talking
back.
about countries. You can say some of your
Yeah.
Europe jokes here.
Oh
It's
God.
your time to shine.
Yeah. What do you call a male cow from Turkey and Istanbul? um. Yeah. So the Yakuza producer says that they're thinking of making Yakuza franchise games based in other countries. And so I posed the question: which countries would we like to see? Obviously, ones that would have to sort of make sense in the franchise. So we couldn't just say, "Oh, Yakuza Slovenia," you know, Yakuza Poland. I'd love to see Kiryu running around Warsaw, beating the shit out of fucking tracksuit wearing Slavs. But yeah, like it's cool that they're thinking of implementing other countries. I think the one everyone goes to is always, oh, the US. I don't want to see the US.
Oh God, unless like the main character will be like gay in Texas, then that'll be
Ian
pretty interesting.
in the Tojo clan. He's in another kind of clan.
Well, I feel
Uh,
like the idea of like family in Alabama, I feel like that would be a good thing to explore.
yeah, they're not in like the Yakuza. They're just actual families.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, you fucking come here, boy. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna use my heat move on you.
Like the main character insults his mother, it's like, and then the dad goes, "Don't talk to my sister like that."
It's quite
Um,
funny. I'm laughing.
we're all laughing,
Yeah, keep fucking laughing.
but no, I honestly feel like if they put in a Yakuza game in Canada, I feel like that would be amazing. Like, you go to hit someone, and then instead of
Just
fighting back, they'll be like,
apologise.
"Oh, sorry, I got in your way. Oh,
Oh,
sorry."
oh, oh, sorry, mate.
But they could implement some cool weapons, like maybe like a hockey stick. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, actually, to be fair, like for mini games, you could get like a hockey game instead of the baseball mini game, or you could get.
boom, Ryan itself,
Um,
cooking bacon.
I'm trying to
Uh,
think what Canadians do other than hockey. Um, I've got to be honest, I'm struggling. A curling mini game. There you go.
did they even curl?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
kind of do curling. Well, Canada are one of them countries that always take like loads of gold medals at the Winter Olympics. So just all the mini games are just based off of Winter Olympics.
yeah,
Fucking
pretty much.
skiing mini
They could have
game.
it set during the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, and you have to like.
Have like a cameo from the guys' Cool Runnings. That was in Canada, wasn't it?
It's either like Canada or like Northern California. It's one of the two.
Uh, should we Google?
Yeah, might as well. But like the plot is the Tojo clan have expanded out into the US and the US and Canada, and they're going to set off a bomb at the Olympic torch lighting area because there's members of the Omi Alliance in the crowd and they want to blow them up. I don't know. You have to stop it, but you're not Kiryu, you're Kyle Canada, but Canada's spelt with a K. Like Kiryu Kazuma, but Kyle Canada. There you go.
It was in Canada. The 1988 Winter Olympics was in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Wow.
So, sorry it took me so long to find. I was reading this Jamaica bobsled team hopes to raise money through NFTs.
Just
I don't
NFTs
know
are
what
cool running.
I don't know what they're selling. Oh, they're just
Well,
selling
they're selling
pictures from the event.
NFTs. Well, that's what NFTs are. They're just pictures.
Surely they don't have rights to that though. Surely the Olympics do.
No, they have rights to their own team members. I think
Oh,
it's a weird thing. It's like how football teams they have rights on images of their own players, as well as the Premier League have the same rights, but their opposition team doesn't have the rights on their players either.
I would have thought it'd be like whoever films. You know, like how paparazzi is. It's like whoever takes the pictures owns the pictures.
Yeah, well, I think with like events, what sort of happens is the footage is like a lot of like footage is just filmed by one group. So if we use like the Euros for example, the Euros was obviously shown on BBC and ITV in the UK, but the actual like filming was done by UEFA, who are the people running it. So both just sort of licensed the footage off of them. So I think it's sort of in the same kind of bracket, like they license it off of whoever took the footage. So I guess they license the pictures off of the Olympics and then they sell them themselves. Something like that.
Bizarre.
Yeah, it's a strange mess. But
I don't get it, but whatever.
yeah. But yeah, like what other countries could they do? Honestly, I feel like the obvious answer would be like something like Korea or China, because they're probably like the two most obvious locations of where they would do it, because I suppose spoilers for the franchise. There's a lot of involvement in China and Korea throughout the franchise, just because that's sort of how Japan is. There's just a lot of involvement because, of course, of course there is. Um, but I think honestly, like it sounds really strange, but like if you really deep it makes a bit of sense. I think something like Yakuza in India,
Yeah,
like it does sound a bit odd, but like
I was thinking along the same lines. I was thinking like Egypt or something. Just one like just like a really hot deserty country.
yeah. Well, I
It's
mean, India's not really very deserty, but
well, yeah,
in
it's
India's
hot.
it
It's
is.
humid.
It's incredibly hot and humid in India. It's incredibly hot and humid here. Just thankfully it's a bit cooler today.
Don't have to tell me twice. Jesus.
Jesus. Um, yeah, like I think something like India could work. Obviously, India is in Asia. It's not too far from Japan, so you could realistically have a story of like the Tojo clan expand into India for some reason, and they send somebody, probably not Kiryu. I don't know, like a secondary character. Send a secondary character out to India, and you have to beat up the Indian mob rather than the Japanese mob, something like that. I just think it'd be quite cool.
I think what would be cool is like Ireland maybe.
Ireland, like Dublin,
Yeah.
would it?
How funny would that be?
So what? You just going around like fucking Derry, just beating up drunkards? Like, are
Imagine
you in the Tojo clan?
imagine like full on like bar fights.
Yeah, I mean, you can
How
get
cool
bar
would that
fights
be?
anywhere. Like,
But
you can get a
in an
bar fight
Irish
in
pub,
like,
whew,
um,
that'd be sick.
yeah.
Or
I
you could do like
mean,
somewhere like Wales. You
well,
got
listen.
actually
I was gonna say, like, I am a Welshman. I will be the first person to admit, what the fuck are they gonna do in Wales other than like go up a hill? There's nothing else to do in Wales except leave.
you could fight over just like a farmland.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could, but like, I don't know how interesting of a game that would make. Because, I mean, think about it. There's no games I can think of that are based in Wales. None. Not even Cardiff.
Um,
See, it's impossible.
all right, let's get up Google.
It's going to be some like indie game, like
Well, there must be
fucking.
one, like maybe like
There's no.
it must be like a sports game that has like Cardiff as like a.
Oh well, FIFA's got like Cardiff City's football ground. If that counts. It doesn't, but
Here we go. Video game set in Wales. Why are they putting ads on this? Oh, it's literally just fucking empty.
told you. There's
Or
a re.
at least I think I've seen too many ads. I can't fucking. Well, that's all this fucking thing is. It's just ads. Like, I can't see anything. Wales video games. I feel like a fucking mum. It's like, oh, what games can I play that are set in Wales?
Here you go. I have a list of every single video game set in Wales.
Ah, right,
There
here we go.
there is actually one.
Take a shot if you've heard of any of these games. You'll be sober by the end.
I mean, you'll probably be only taking one, maybe two shots. Sly
All right, let's
Cooper,
hear it.
Sly Cooper
Oh,
and the Thievius Raccoonus, which
okay.
was the original Sly Cooper game, is apparently based in Wales, which is
Weird.
okay. Mountain Blade Warband, which I've heard of, but it's because somebody I know plays it. It's a fucking like strategy role playing game.
Oh, I might be interested in that.
Maybe it's on
Coming up next stream.
it's on Xbox One. I know that much. What else? There's a game called The Black Mirror. No relation to the show Black Mirror. Oh well, I mean, The Black Mirror is based in 150 different locations, so I don't think that counts. What's? Oh, here you go. There's one called Kudelka, a role-playing game released by Saknoth for the PlayStation. It was published by SNK in Japan. Released in 2000. I doubt that's ringing any bells. I've never heard of it.
Oh, I'm gonna fall asleep in a minute. Can we fucking move on?
Yeah,
I've not heard of like. I've only heard of Sly Cooper. Like,
there's there's a load of like rugby games as well.
oh,
Of course,
there
there's
is.
rugby games.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's really interesting. There's one here. Rugby League 3 was released for the Wii, and it was
Even rugbier.
it was released in only 4 countries worldwide.
What?
And it was released in the UK, Australia, France, and New Zealand, and nowhere else. That's
Well, they're the
actually.
only people who are gonna buy it, though. Let's face it.
I was gonna say, like, who the fuck actually cares about rugby league? Like, rugby league is somehow even worse. Well, I was gonna say somehow even worse. Rugby union is good. Rugby league is just shit version of rugby union. So who the fuck is really gonna play rugby league? Rugby league stinks. Fuck rugby league. All my homies love rugby union.
Yeah.
Yeah, rugby. Fucking
Not me.
who the fuck watches rugby league? People from Wigan. That's who, because it's like the only city in the UK that plays it. But yes, anyway, no games are based in Wales, so Yakuza could be the first. I highly doubt that they would, but yeah.
Time to make
Other
that change.
countries, like I say, India's I think a cool idea. China and Korea are like really obvious ones. America maybe.
What
New
about
Zealand,
Mexico?
somewhere like New Zealand or Australia, Mexico, yeah.
Brazil? God.
Oh, Yakuza Brazil. Yes. That'll rake in the money. That will.
Oh, I'll be too scared to play it. That'll be my.
You just get
That'll be my.
shot up. Get shot up in the first cutscene.
That'll be my Five Nights at Freddy's outward.
Just fucking Brazilian jump scares. Oh mate, I'd love
Want to go
Yakuza
down a
Brazil.
fucking alleyway?
Yeah, you just get shanked immediately. Playing on hard mode, it's just like playing. It's just like real life in Brazil. Do you know the death rate by gang warfare in Brazil is legitimately 1 in 10. I'm not kidding. The death rate is 1 in 10.
That's surprisingly low.
Well, I mean, it was until recently 1 in 9.
Oh,
So it's
so we're
only in
getting
recent
better.
years it's coming down. You know,
No, it's
Brazil's
because
getting
so
a
many
little
people are
better.
fucking dying. They can't produce people fast enough. That's why it's going down.
More people are probably dying in
There's
Brazil
less
than they
people
are.
to die. That's why. Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Actually, let's have a look at the Brazilian warfare statistic. Wait, Brazil gang death statistics.
The
I
fucking
want to
the game will
see.
start off in Japan and you get just dragged out by a gun.
Oh my
It's
god.
like you're coming to Brazil, mate.
Okay.
No. God, what is
Okay.
it?
We've got a 2019. This is a drop from the year before. 2019. There were 45,503 homicides
Oh my
in 2019 alone. 2018, you'll like this one, 57,956. 2017, 65,602.
Why is no one stepping in here? What the fuck?
Here we go. How many murders were there in Brazil in 2020? 50,033.
Oh my god.
Yep, that's pretty good. There were 28 police officers killed in just the city of Sao Paulo alone in Brazil in the first half of 2020.
So in like 4 years, nearly fucking 200,000 people died just from.
From homicides.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Why is no one stepping in here and going,
Well, to be fair, it's because they're
this is
killing the
not
police as
okay?
well. Like I say, in the first half of 2020, in just the city of Sao Paulo, 28 police officers were killed in action. So,
Let's get the fucking US military in there.
I mean, Brazil have tried military rule. It didn't go very well last time because it was completely overthrown in the 80s. But, bro, the Brazilian public are too powerful for the military. Like,
Well, both of us will just go in. Me and you. Joe Dick and Balls.
send Joe Dick and Balls and Jobber Jack in. Brazil sorted in 20 minutes.
Yeah. 20 minutes, please.
That's including a drink break.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to see Yakuza Brazil. That would be fucking brilliant.
There's like a billion games that could work.
Imagine like Call of Duty Brazil. It's just actual footage.
Well, to be fair, we're assuming that it has to be modern day. Why don't we go like
Oh yeah,
Yakuza, like Pompeii?
I don't think that would work, to be honest. I don't think the Japanese mob had spread to ancient Rome. I will be honest.
Time travel.
Key figures out how to time travel, tries to stop Pompeii.
Exactly. I think that'd be brilliant.
He just uses a heat move on
But imagine it like
on the volcano.
or like alternate history events. What if?
Well, to
What
be
if
fair,
England didn't step
they've
in
done
when?
that. They've done stuff like that before. Like there's a Yakuza game based in ancient Japan where like they're all like fucking samurais and stuff, and it's based on like Japanese folklore.
Is that what if Japan like fucking dominated
What if
America in World
Japan
War
were
Two?
invaded by Brazil?
Because I mean, America were kind of carried by England
You
during the
say
whole.
that they pretty much single-handedly took down Japan. Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
'cause they had a
Japan
fucking bomb.
sort of took. I was going to say Japan also sort of took down themselves by kamikazing all of their pilots. But other than that,
I heard something of like a fucking like a single English soldier went over to America and just like saved them all by taking out the entire like Japanese fucking like fleet. Well, they probably just kamikaze, didn't they?
yeah, I mean, yeah, probably.
He was just like, yeah, I took them all out, guys.
That sounds a
That's all
little
me.
bit. Sounds a little bit unbelievable, but
Yeah, should we Google it? Well, I'll Google
the amount of Googling we're doing today.
it.
Good lord,
English pilot.
saves America.
Save.
Imagine it's just like the plot for like Pearl Harbor or something.
Yeah. Uh, from Japan. Here we go. Trying to think of what to put then. Uh, I'm not seeing anything based on it. Oh, here we go. No.
No.
Okay, maybe it was
Well,
Cap. Well, I did hear it on TikTok. So
well, there you go then. That's probably probably why it's Cap.
the guy sounded confident. Um, so
Well, you know what they say. All it
that's
takes,
me.
all it takes to
If you're
convince people is a
confident
bit of
about
confidence.
something,
Yeah,
exactly. All you need is
all
it's
you
just
need is
like
confidence. Like
you
you
will
can
take your
convince
shit right
you can
now.
convince people that apples are really oranges as long as you're confident about it. Like,
I could talk to an apple about a fucking orange.
yeah.
Oh, Scotty T.
Amsterdam is known for its tulips, and I'm looking to deflower all the birds around here. Oh,
Um,
what a guy. But yeah, so we'll move on from that. We've listed a good couple countries. Brazil is now top of my my list of places I want to get a Yakuza game based in. I would absolutely love that. Uh, and we'll move on to our next section, which is our midpoint, which is our special segment I mentioned at the top of the show, which is because obviously it's our silver anniversary of the Hall of Fame, 25 numbered episodes in. We've obviously made more than 25 episodes, but in terms of numbered episodes, on 25, so it's the silver anniversary. I've repeated myself about 3 times there. Yeah, we're doing a special Hall of Fame. So rather than just inducting one thing here, we are actually going to induct one each. So our current inductees are the Miz Talking Smack promo, and just Ryback in general. Two very worthy recipients of the Hall of Fame status. And so we will now both, and another thing about it is we don't have like the standard rules from the regular Hall of Fame where like we get I list 4 nominees and then we'll just put one of the 4 in. We can literally pick any moment from the podcast up until now to go in. And yeah, so Joe, have you got you got an idea of who to nominate? Apparently not. Apparently he doesn't. So yeah, so my nomination for the Wrestling Answers Podcast Hall of Fame, I am going to nominate the segment a couple weeks ago. It's quite a recent one. I say it's a recent one. It's not really that recent. It's from before the E3 special, which I think you know what that means. It is. It is just the E3 predictions segment from, I can't remember which episode it was. I want to say, ooh, gosh, I don't know. I think it was episode. Oh my days! It was ages ago. Yeah, episode
Sorry,
12,
I had to
three
take a
months
phone
ago.
call. What did I
Oh,
miss? Sorry.
well, pretty much. We're just doing the Hall of Fame segment now. So,
Okay.
uh, how it's going to work is we'll both nominate something to go in, and it can be from any moment, uh, just any moment in the podcast's history, l'histoire, if you're French. And yeah, so my first nominee is the E3 predictions segment from episode 12, which I actually thought it was a more recent episode than. Turns out that was 3 months ago now. That is ridiculous. Yeah, so the E3 predictions segment, everyone knows about it. You know, we had some corking game predictions there. We had what have we had the Leisure Suit Larry HD remasters.
Yeah.
We had Breaking Bad, the Telltale game, which it's real, it's coming. I had another Knack 3. We had Knack 3. Did we do 4 or 5? I can't actually remember. But if we did, I can't remember what my fifth one was.
I thought we only did 3.
No, we did. We did at least like 4
I
because.
do have them saved, but they're on my old laptop, so that's not ideal.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was 3 months ago, and of course we
Wow.
have everyone's favorite game from that segment, Ace Attorney Cross Ace Ventura.
Oh yeah.
What
We
a
must have done
banger!
4 then.
Yeah, I think we did 4 because I can't remember what my fifth one would have been at all. It might have
No,
been like
odd
an
number.
actual answer, so that's probably why I don't remember it.
Nah, surely we did 3.
No, we did. No, we definitely did more than 3 because I remember I gave at least 4 answers because I did Knack, Breaking Bad, Leisure Suit Larry HD remasters, and Ace Attorney X Ace Ventura. So we did at least 4. At least I
What a
did at
weird.
least 4.
Why did I choose 4 for that segment? Well, fair enough. Okay, so
But yeah,
you're nominating that.
I'm gonna nominate just the whole predictions segment in general. It's just pretty good, isn't it? One of our
Oh,
one of our stronger segments throughout our history, and it's the first non-wrestling related thing to go into the Hall of Fame. So there you go. That's our third inductee into the prestigious Wrestling Answers Podcast Hall of Fame is the E3 predictions segment. So what is your nominee, Joseph? Who do you think is worthy of going into the Wrestling Answers Hall of
I
Fame?
mean, it's someone that we mention pretty much every week. Um, he is an important point. We even mentioned him today, a few minutes ago. I'm nominating Top Shagger, Scotty T. His
Fair enough.
energy, his radiance, it inspires me
Radiance.
every day to get up in the morning.
Go out and
Um, and
shag some
and
birds.
and he does for many of our listeners. Like if you've ever read any of our comic sections, you just see like Scotty T changed my life. I was gonna kill myself, and then the first episode of Geordie Shore came out.
Mm,
Um, so he's so impactful.
mm. Truly
Um,
an inspiration to all generations.
absolutely. there's Young Money Clan, and then there's Scotty T. They're just very inspirational.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm nominating Scotty T.
Well, there you go. There's our fourth inductee into the prestigious Wrestling Answers Podcast Hall of Fame. Scotty T, an absolute icon to everybody on planet Earth. And if anyone ever says that he isn't, they're a liar. So feel free to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with
Beating will commence.
yes. Yeah, so with that, our Hall of Fame comes to a close. We'll be back to induct more things into the Hall of Fame on episode 30. So five numbers episode from now.
Wow. That's all the Fame music, isn't it?
I was thinking more along the lines of like the song by the script, you know. Standing in the
Standing in the
Hall of
Hall of
Fame.
Fame. that was perfectly synced. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe and Jack sings anyone?
No.
Hmm? Hmm?
Good Lord, no.
Hmm?
Um,
Hmm?
no.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll move on from the Hall of Fame to Joe's favorite part of the show, the sus. Ding 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 ding. Wow.
What was that?
I did it in the wrong order, didn't I?
Ding, 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 ding.
It goes wow, ding 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 ding. Not ding 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 ding. Wow.
Anyway, I think this is just like a fully recurring. Oh, pardon me. Why am I burping so much today? Oh my god.
Been drinking
Uh,
sparkling water, mate.
I'll tell you what. Joe hates burping.
Joe hates sparkling water.
I've not
Bet it.
drank anything fizzy though.
Coffee's got you burping, mate.
Mm.
Carbonated coffee,
Weird.
delicious.
Coffee,
Have you ever
coffee
had
in a
that?
can.
You ever had
Oh, that's not a
carbonated
thing.
coffee?
You're
What?
lying. You're
Well,
lying.
I mean,
Please tell me that's not real.
I had it while I was in
Oh
the
my
US,
god.
actually.
Oh, of course. Of
Of
course.
course,
You
of
know
course,
what?
it's in the US. Yeah,
We're Googling it.
carbonated coffee. It's not good.
It can't be healthy, surely. Oh my god, it's real. 20 quid.
I mean, it weren't like that
Oh
expensive
no,
when I
8
had it.
quid. Why did
Yeah, I
I
was
say
gonna.
20 quid before?
It weren't that expensive when I had it. Like, but it was not good. Like,
Oh, I'm feeling sick on the idea.
sparkling iced
Oh,
coffee. Good lord.
oh god. Gonna bring up my breakfast. Gonna have to eat another one. I'm really
Oh.
dry. But no, so
Oh, sorry. I'm just like reading a recipe for it from from a website called Cooking with Janisa, I think, and it says this has been my go-to morning beverage this summer because it's so refreshing and very easy to make.
shut
Bollocks.
up, bitch.
How do you make it? Okay, here you go. Here's how we make it. So just before we get onto the sauce, a little education for our viewers here. You make sparkling coffee using an espresso, a cold brew, or freshly brewed coffee that's been cooled to room temperature. Then fill a glass with ice, add sparkling water, and then add the coffee. So you literally just mix coffee and sparkling water in a glass. That's it. That's bullshit. What the fuck? I thought it was going to be something like, oh, you have to put the coffee beans in the sparkling water, and then the carbonated water will like burst the coffee like granules and stuff. Like, no, it's just make a cup of coffee, cool it down, and then put it in a glass of sparkling water. That's
I only just
bollocks.
realised that I was using my laptop mic instead of
Uh,
my actual mic. So if I've sounded shit or anything,
uh.
That
Look
is
at this
why.
guy. Look at this guy.
That's on me. I hold my hand in the air.
Hold my hands up.
Oh God, I don't even know.
But yes, yeah,
It could sound worse. I don't know. But yeah.
we'll go on to go back onto Joe Hates. Now we've taken our little detour into
Oh,
fucking sparkling coffee.
oh,
Good
you can't hear
lord.
my hands rubbing together. Hang on.
I don't want to
We'll
hear your
simulate
hands
the sound.
rubbing.
Okay.
Sounds like a
That's the
sounds like
sound.
a sounds more like a dog sniffing.
But yeah. So this week on Joe Hates, this is the last time you'll hear me before I'm red in the face and angry with the rage. This is
I
Joe
miss the
Hates
rage.
games that get games that gets announced really early and take forever to be released. What the fuck are you doing if that is your plan? Like, why? Eh, wha- Eh? Yes, we're excited for these games to come out. They're always sequels, but why would you announce something?
Sequel.
They are always sequels.
What about Elden Ring? Elden Ring was announced like 4 years ago, and it's still not out.
Well, well, it's either sequels or games based on.
Elden Ring isn't really based on anything though. It's just it's a FromSoft game developed with George R. Martin writing it. It's not really based on anything. It's his own thing. But yeah, I get the point you're making. Like that is an exception. Yeah.
Yeah, well, still. But even then, I mean, I've literally I'm googling this game now. I've never heard of it. Can I just say?
Never heard of Elden Ring. It was like one of the biggest things at E3 a couple years ago.
Was there gameplay with it?
No, God no. We
Oh,
only started getting gameplay like a couple months ago, mate.
so is it just like a story trailer or something?
Pretty much it was just a trailer saying this is a game that is in development by FromSoft, and
Oh,
George R. R. Martin is writing it. That was about it. And then we didn't hear anything for a couple years, and then they've started giving us more trailers since.
well, you know what? I'm counting that in games that get announced really early and take forever to be released. Um, so yeah, I don't see why these games are announced so early, especially some of them haven't even like, well, they have started production, but like they haven't, like they weren't at the time of announcement. Like it just pisses me off. And the games are always, well, they're not always shit when they come out, but a lot of them are. And also we have expectations of them in our heads, but they already have this plan for the game and they can't meet our expectations, even though they've announced it really early, or it takes forever because they're listening to our expectations. If you look at a game like Marvel's Avengers, it was announced 2 years before we even got any gameplay, and it was shit. Everyone was so excited for that when the teaser was dropped, and it's a shit game. Like, let's be honest, let's hold our hands up. It's shit. I know people will back it, but no, not for me. Um, but yeah, so we got games like Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, um, and like we haven't even seen gameplay for either of them yet, and they were just like announced what 3, 4 years ago. I know it's 4 years
Prime
for
Four
Metroid
was,
Prime,
yeah. I was gonna say more
and
than four.
Bayonetta's coming up on four
No,
years. I'm
it's not
pretty sure.
more. Yeah, because Bayonetta 4 was announced at
Game
the
Awards.
Game Awards 2017, I think. It was either 2017 or 2018 it was announced. But yeah, still like way too long. Metroid Prime 4 I think is like more acceptable because they had to cancel the game and then restart it. Like that one I'm a little more like, yeah, okay. I
Still,
mean,
but they
they had
clearly announced it
opportunity at
early.
E3. They had. I was going to say, yeah, they had an opportunity at E3 to show us something, didn't they? Because they literally said we haven't got anything to show you just yet, but here's another Metroid game instead. To tide you over for a bit.
It just completely pisses me off. Like And then even when like they get announced, and then like we wait a few years, and then the project gets cancelled, and it's just it's fucking stupid.
Scalebound was a great example of that.
There we go.
Because
And
Scalebound, who was it who was developing Scale? It was Platinum, wasn't it? Platinum were making Scalebound for the Xbox One. They, the difference is they actually showed a lot of gameplay for it, and then the game just stagnated and stagnated and stagnated, and then it just was cancelled. But apparently the game was in a finished state. That's the crazy part. The game was in a finished state, like 80% finished or something, and then they cancelled it. Like that Scalebound is one of the strangest things to ever happen in gaming because they nearly finished the entire game, and according to developers, like it was in a state where they probably could have released it for like a cut price or something because the only things they hadn't finished was like towards the end of the game, so they probably could have released it if they'd have just finished the boss battles, and then they just said nah, sack it off, just pack it in, bro. It's really strange. But Scalebound when it was announced really early, and then like a year and a half later we got some gameplay footage, and then a couple months later the developers were saying, "Oh, we're nearly done," and then we go like a year with nothing. They go, "Yeah, we're still working on it." And then a couple months later they go, "Yep, game's cancelled." Despite the fact all the developers are saying probably could release this. It's a sticky situation. But yeah, I think we're gonna get that with Bayonetta 3. If I'm honest, I don't think it's gonna release. I have a horrible feeling either that or Metro Prime 4 are just never going to release.
I mean, do you even want them at this point? Is it just gonna be like another Cyberpunk where they're just gonna be like really bad on
No,
release?
I still want them. Like, of course, I still want a Metro Prime game. Bayonetta 3, I don't understand why it's taking so long because I mean, it's the exact same company making the same, making a game for a franchise you've already made two for, and
Mm.
you've already ported two of them onto the console, so you could just sort of rip from them what you need to do.
Unless they're making like completely new assets, like just rebuilding it entirely from the ground up.
Yeah,
But why would you do that?
yeah. Well, yeah. So the teaser trailer for Bayonetta 3 was 2017,
God.
and that's all we've had. We have had nothing since. Oh, yeah. No, I was gonna say August 2021 was the last time we got any news about it.
Wait, what? We got news? Wait, what?
Yeah, the news is that it isn't cancelled. That's
Oh.
it. The news is Hideki Kamiya confirmed that it's still in development. That's it.
Yay. But no,
It's
I
list
hate games.
oh, just quickly actually, Bayonetta 3 is listed on Platinum Games website,
Oh,
and the about page is 2 lines long, and it says we had big news and a special teaser trailer to share at the Game Awards 2017 in LA. Bayonetta 3 is on its way to Switch. That's it.
fuck.
Hmm.
Uh,
That's quite funny. We've literally had, other than confirmation from Kamiya in August that it's still being made, we've heard nothing. That that's quite funny. But yeah, sorry. Back to your own.
I think we pretty much covered it all. I mean, you just fucking hate him. We just it just pisses us off. This
Mm,
isn't even Joe hates. This is the WAP hates.
mm. Lego Star
Uh,
Wars is what another one.
yeah, I was going to mention that.
I'm getting racked off with it now. Like the game was supposed to be finished 2 years ago, and now it's releasing in spring next year, allegedly. Okay.
It won't.
I have a
No,
I have a very bad feeling that it won't. or if it does, it won't be very good.
It doesn't look that interesting. It just looks like another Lego game.
I
I
mean,
mean,
it was never going to be like fucking Breath of the Wild, but with Lego, was it? Like, I have to
no,
temper
but like
expectations a little bit.
it
I'm not
still
sure if I
could have
like.
been like
Yeah, I'm not sure if I like
exciting.
the. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the over the shoulder thing they've done with the camera though. It looks a bit like Lego Fortnite, and ooh, I'm not a fan.
I would
Like,
kill for a Lego Fortnite.
I would kill for it to not release.
You capping, bro.
Oh, I'm straight up murdering people if fucking Chase McCain from Lego City Undercover ends up in Fortnite.
That's another Yakuza game they could do.
Yeah,
Yakuza in Lego City.
Yakuza in Lego City. Ah, I'd love that. That'd be great.
When you slam their heads into a wall, it actually like shatters.
No, you fucking it just like breaks into like little like one by one.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
That would be
great stuff.
incredible.
I mean, they've already put Lego in Forza, so I don't know why they can't do it with Yakuza.
Exactly.
Mm.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, no, that's that's pretty much the entire segment done right there. So
Wow.
next on the source. Wow. That's how you do it properly. Um,
Okay.
gaming opinions we disagree with. Now, the reason this has come into my mind because I sent this to you on TikTok the other day. A lot of people have been hating on the Midnight Suns game, because it's
Yes, they have.
basically like a card
Yeah.
strategy game, which is fine. You don't have to like the game, but when people start saying things like, "Oh, it's just like another mobile game," Marvel have done it again, getting expectations up. I don't know about you, but I never once thought that a game made by the developers of XCOM um was going to be like a fucking Marvel Avengers style game. But apparently people were thinking that. So yeah, and it just pisses me off because I I, I don't think that I don't think that people's expectations always have to be like meted by game developers, you know?
You seem
Like
metered.
met um by game. Oh fuck's why'd you have to call me out? You could have waited until it was
It,
published
it,
and like the audience ripped into
it,
me.
it just, I just, I
Just
heard it. Just
uh,
like, what?
look.
Metered?
My brain's been fried, all right.
All that coffee, mate. All that cold coffee.
I've only had one cup. I don't. But
Should have
no,
had,
so
should have had the carbonated one, mate.
get my sugar up a little tiny bit more. Oh no, actually, you know what I saw the other day? Um, Costa Coffee and Monster.
So, what? Just like a latte. They just chuck a can of Monster in.
Hang on, let me send you the. I'll put it on Discord. But no,
Yeah.
so are there any gaming opinions, mainly by fans, that you disagree with?
Um, that The Last of Us 2 is a good game.
True.
I just don't like it. I think it's boring. I know, like all the Last of Us fans are like, no, bro, it's good. Trust, bro. No, honestly, just wait like 10 hours and the game gets good, bro. Like, oh yeah, like all the gameplay's good. Yeah, yeah. I don't care. It's a story game. I want to play it for a good story.
People are like that with everything, though.
Yeah. Well, you're not allowed to have a different opinion, are you? It's like all the fucking Drake fanboys fucking flaming me because I said I don't like Drake's new album.
Well, yeah, it's like what we're seeing. Like right now, everyone's comparing like Kanye West, Donda
Yeah, they're all
to fucking
comparing
Drake's
Donda
one.
to Certified Boy Lover. I mean, that's not what it's called, but that's what I'm going to call it because it's shit.
But I don't agree with that personally.
Yeah, they're not albums really to be compared. It's just like Drake's just dropped another mid album where he is showing that he hasn't grown as a musician in the last 5 years. And then Kanye's dropping a fucking album to remember the life of his dead mother, where he's actually tried to like, experiment with the music and stuff. Like, at least he tried. Drake just dropped the exact same album that he dropped 2 years ago, and the exact same album that he dropped 4 years ago, and so forth.
I
He's
mean, I
he's
I don't
shown
like
no growth. And
either
it's
album,
getting worse.
but from what I've heard from both, I would say like Kanye's is better.
There we go. Donda better than
Uh,
Certified Boy Lover.
doesn't mean I like it
2000.
though, Jack. Doesn't mean I like it. All
That's
right,
just because you haven't listened to
just
it
say,
enough.
just say. I mean, come on, it was
You
putting
listen
me
to
to
you
sleep.
listen to the first half, and that was it. Like,
It was boring.
it's not just not listening to the right songs, mate.
I mean, to be
The
fair, when I
best
see
songs on the
people
album are
saying
on the
like,
second half.
when I see people saying like, oh, people are just like defending Kanye and they like force themselves to listen to it, I'm just like, no, they probably do like it. It's just
Yeah, I think
we
Donda's pretty
we
good.
don't we don't understand from outsiders why they like it.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, you, what was it you said you like? It was like believe what I say? I think that's what it is. Believe what I say is a banger. Like, I don't
I
care
don't
what
remember
anyone
it, I'll be
says.
honest.
Believe what I say. The last drag.
Yeah, I
What a
like
bang!
that one.
That's a banger, right? That is a banger. I don't care what anyone says. That Hurricane, but the one with Weekend. That's a banger.
I'm
Uh,
excited for the
Come to
Little
Life
Nas
is a
X
banger.
album
I'm not. I
coming out
don't.
soon. I like Lil Nas X.
I don't. I'm sick of Industry Baby now. I've heard that fucking
Lil Nas
baby
X is good
back
because
a
it's
couple
sort of
racks
funny.
a. I've heard it so many times that it just makes me like
Oh, you know what
violently
annoys me? You
angry.
know the one with the fucking like kids singing it on TikTok.
Oh my god.
Couple
J-
Kimmys on him, couple Bex, hey.
I hate it so much. Makes me
Oh,
so angry.
it's so fucking bad. Oh,
What?
everybody fucking loves that video though.
Yeah. But what other gaming opinions do I disagree with? Um,
Oh yeah, this
I've
is
got a
meant to be
I've
about
got
gaming, wasn't it?
yeah, I've
But
got
we
a
can just make
couple.
it opinions we disagree with.
Yeah, like I've got a couple hot takes on gaming, but like most of them are just like, sports games are perfectly fine. Like, not a huge fan of the $60 every year kind of model of them. But other than that, I don't really mind. If they were,
Well, that's why with like
uh,
WWE 2K games, that's why I bought every other one.
yeah. Well, like I think my thought process is if they were 30 to 40 each year, I'd be much more accepting of it rather than making me pay 60 and even like on next gen 70 now. Like that's a little bit ridiculous.
Mm.
I'm not paying 70 quid just to play FIFA with an updated roster.
I'm not
Like
paying 13 quid.
I'm not paying 13 quid. What are the hot takes? Well, we know how I feel about RPGs. Um, what else is there? I don't like Goat Simulator at all. I guess that's a hot take because everyone seems to like it, but I fucking hate Goat Simulator. I've tried playing it like multiple times, and every time it's just really boring.
I've not even tried playing it. It just looks shit.
It is like, and the thing is, back in the day, everybody was playing Goat Simulator, weren't they? Like on like YouTube and stuff. Goat Simulator
It's
was
one of them
fudging
games like
massive
people
for
only like it because all big
because the pop,
YouTuber
yeah, because I
Markiplier
was gonna
played
say
it.
because Markiplier and Jacksepticeye used to play it. That's it. I fucking hate that game. It's awful. I don't care what anyone says. That like they'll be like, "No, man, you're just not playing it right, man. You gotta do like the demon fucking side quest. You gotta wear the dead mouse hat. Like, bro, I don't care. I've got another hot take. This is a fucking forged from the fires of hell hot take. This is literally flaming.
I'm scared
I
now.
I don't like Skyrim that much.
Okay. I
Because
can't really argue
obviously,
with you on that because I've never
everybody
played it.
everybody and their mum who has played Skyrim goes, "Oh yeah, I love Skyrim. It's great. Yeah, fucking spent like 200 million hours on Skyrim." I got the what was it? I think it's like the I can't even remember what the edition was called. I got the fucking Xbox One PS4 remaster of it because there's another remaster coming, by the way, for next gen or PS5 Series X, which I think is ridiculous that they're still remaking that game. But
We've already talked about
mm, but yeah, I had the Xbox One. Well, I still have. I still own it. The Xbox One PS4 remake of it, or remaster rather. And I've played a good couple hours of it. I played like the first 6 hours of it, something like that. And I don't get it. I don't get why everyone likes it so much. It's just not that good for me. Maybe because like I didn't try and like immerse myself too much in the world, but I just thought like character interactions were really stunted. The controls were fine, to be fair. I thought considering it was a game that was originally released on the 360 and PS3, and all I'm doing is playing like a like graphically enhanced remaster of it, I thought it should run at more than 30 frames, but it sometimes had frame slowdown still, which is ridiculous. Um,
that. I mean, I've personally never seen the hype.
yeah, like I don't get it personally. Maybe, you could say you need to play more than 6 or 7 hours of it to like really get into it, which is fair enough. Like, it took me quite a while to get into another Bethesda game, Fallout New Vegas. I think Fallout New Vegas is actually a good game, right? I do like New Vegas. I think Fallout 3 is pretty good as well. Fallout 4 is shit. Like, I will debate with people till the fucking cows come home. That game is not good. And Fallout 76 is also, I mean, no, I don't think many people would disagree with me on Fallout 76. 76 is terrible. Fallout 4
Fucking
is
you! Oh, you've killed me off with that fucking saying. What? You'll
what? The
defend
cows
it till
come
the
home.
fucking cows come home?
Well, you never
What?
heard. Well, you've never heard
No.
that. Till the cows come home. It's like a traditional English saying. Like till the
I've
cows come home.
never heard of it.
Haven't you? Oh, well. Well,
Defend it till the fucking cows. Oh my god.
it's a thing.
It's not a
Yeah,
thing. Well, it probably is a thing, but oh my. Defend it till the cows. Oh no.
yeah. There you
No, no,
go.
no.
Where did the phrase "until the cows come home"? It comes from the practice of cows returning to their shelters at some indefinite point, usually at a slow/languid pace. It's an actual phrase.
So you'll defend it for a while,
Yeah,
is
I'll
what
defend.
it
I'll
means.
defend it for a long time. Is what it means, pretty
Yeah.
much.
That is a. I'm gonna be using that every week. You'll watch my stream
It's a
later and
good.
you'll be
It's a
like,
good
oh,
saying, mate.
he's
It's a good
used it
saying.
there. He
It's a good
said it.
saying, mate. But
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
what else have I got in terms of hot takes on gaming opinions or like general gaming opinions? Um. Oh, I've got one that's more like focused. I could not care less whether they release Earthbound on Nintendo Switch Online or whether they release Mother 3 ever. I just don't care. Like,
Yeah,
I've played Earthbound. I have it
I
on
can't get
my.
into Earthbound.
Well,
It's
I think Earthbound's
Awful.
all right. I think
I hate
Earthbound is
it.
fine,
I
considering
hate it.
I
Yeah.
don't. I'm comparing it to other RPGs. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of RPGs, but like taking that out, I think Earthbound's okay. Like as an RPG, it's fine. Whatever. I played it on my SNES Classic. Whatever. Mother 3.
You
I've
should have done that unboxing for SNES Classic.
shut up. Um, Mother 3. Say it quietly now because the ninjas might come for me. But I emulated Mother 3. Ooh. Um, I played the translated version. Get it's fine as well. Like at this point, it's been 15 years since the game came out. It's not coming out in the West. Like Nintendo don't care because they know it won't sell particularly well. Like the only people that want Mother 3 are the big fucking stinky nerds who are like, oh, Earthbound is one of the best RPGs of all time. They should release a sequel to the West because obviously Japan got it and it was fucking great, mate. Like it's just fucking stinky nerds that are gonna play it. So why would they bother? You know?
Mm.
I don't care about your fucking. Oh, but the West need to know what game Lucas was in. You know, maybe like a new generation of kids see Lucas in Smash Bros. Maybe they'll be interested. No, they fucking won't. Shut up. Same people who try and fucking justify why there's 97 Fire Emblem characters. Like, oh, you have to do justice to all the characters in the franchise. Fuck off, prats. Fucking hate 'em.
I yeah. To be fair, right? So my little sister plays Smash Bros.
Oh my
She could
god.
not give a shit about playing the games that they all come from. So I also agree with that opinion. Just on kids, what need to know where the character comes from. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's fine.
Wow, Joe, you mean you haven't played Punch Out? Wow, you can't play my boss. What's
I've
this
I've
fucking
I've played Punch Out.
Marth? I was gonna say Marth. What's the fucking Little Mac?
I've played Punch Out and Super Punch Out because I'm
You've never
baller.
played Fire Emblem, or you can't play Marth?
Oh shit, that's why.
Ooh,
It's
I,
shit.
I don't mind Fire. To be fair, the only Fire Emblem game I've actually played is the mobile one, and it's just like a gacha game, but with fire. Like I haven't played it in years.
Oh,
But when
I'm
I
annoyed because
did,
I was gonna buy the Fire Emblem remake on Switch. You know, the
ugh,
timed exclusive. But I
ugh.
just kept fucking forgetting about it, and I never bought it. So
And now,
I mean, it
what
saved me a tenner.
you got a bit of FOMO. To be fair,
But
that's what happened with me and 3D All Stars.
FOMO, I hate that.
Well, that's what happened with me and 3D All Stars. The only reason I bought it is because I was like, oh well, I mean, I do want to play, Super Mario Sunshine and a lovely HD version of Super Mario Galaxy. I couldn't really care less about 64. Like, I already own 64 on my Wii U Virtual, so who cares?
That was the reason why I got 3D All Stars like straight away as soon as it released,
Mm,
because I was just like, I've never played Sunshine. I really want to play it. I no longer have my Wii or my Wii U, so I can't play
wow.
Galaxy anymore.
Imagine not having your Wii
Um,
U.
like, I don't keep my consoles.
I've got both my Wii and my Wii U sitting in like a little fucking like box
I know
somewhere.
I've started keeping my consoles now, but I never
Yeah.
used to.
No, I didn't either
Um,
because I used to have a GameCube many years ago. Um, but we got rid of it as soon as we got the Wii, which obviously was when I was very young, 20
yeah.
2007. Sorry, we got the Wii when I was like 4 years old. So I couldn't say to my dad, "No, no, don't get rid of the GameCube. I need it. I need it to
Well,
play.
that's
I need
funny
to play
because
Chibi Robo."
my dad got rid of the GameCube as well because he bought
Yeah.
like all the GameCube things because he thought my brother would love it.
Mm.
But
And then
then
he
when the
didn't.
Wii came out, they just got rid of it all, and now he's just really sad because he's just
Yeah.
like, oh, I really want a GameCube now.
Yeah. Well, like I've got everything I need for a game. Like
'Cause he's a
I
big
have
nerd.
GameCube games. Like I have Super
I
Mario
love you, bud.
Sunshine. I have Super Mario Sunshine on disc for the GameCube, as well as Sonic. I think it's the Sonic Mega Collection on GameCube as well. So I have actual GameCube games. I have GameCube controllers because obviously you get them with the Smash Bros. Limited edition box thing. You get an adapter as well for the
Mm.
Switch and everything. Um, I've got GameCube controllers. I've got GameCube discs. I've got an original Wii that can play GameCube games. The only thing I'm missing is the cables that work with a CRT and a CRT itself, because my television doesn't work with my Wii, because my television it's too high res to work with my original Wii.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry.
Well, I've just regular HD TV though, but the Wii is not HD, and it uses like fucking composite cables, which my TV doesn't have because composite cables died in like 2010. So unless I buy myself a CRT TV, I can't actually play my GameCube, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, Anyway, I think if we cover all of the gaming opinions now, we won't have
yeah,
any for
we'll be
in the
here forever.
future.
We'll be here forever. Yeah,
Yeah, because we are very passionate about
gaming.
gaming. Maybe soon we could do a film one as well.
I saw you playing Among Us on stream last night. I can't believe no one guessed you were the imposter.
Oh, I hate Dharma.
What do you say?
Oh,
I
oh,
love
this is so
that.
funny.
Oh man.
Right, so um, we talk about Lanky Box all the time.
Well, yeah,
Well, talk about how much we hate him.
yeah. We talk about
So
well, how much you hate him.
the other day, my little sister was watching Lanky Box
Man like Lank.
reacting to Darman.
Oh
I
my
was just
god.
like, I literally just like grabbed the fucking remote and I was just like, get that off the
Get that
screen now.
shit off my CV.
I was actually like,
Fuming.
I was just offended. Like,
It just makes you like really angry just seeing Darman on your screen. You're like,
I was close
"Argh."
to crying. That's
He's
Starman
crying.
and Lanky Box on the same. Oh my god,
Oh lordy,
I
lordy
hate
Lou.
Starman with a passion. But no, that's just me. But hey, anyway, our final topic for the day. Um, I've got a bit of a clause for this as well, right?
Ooh.
Because we've already talked about it enough. We're not allowed to mention Spider-Man, right? Because it's going to get us on a tangent again, and we've already had that this episode.
Right.
Okay, do you agree to the clause?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
We'll have a punishment in place. The first
What?
person to mention Spider-Man in this segment, right, will have to do. We'll have to recreate my WAP joke in the intro to next week's episode.
Well, hang on. One of these what if episodes involves him in a major role.
Don't care. You can't say him.
Well, he's one of the fucking main
You can't
complaints I
say
have.
Spider-Man. You could do it in French. You could do it in Spanish. You can,
Can I call him Peter Parker instead?
yeah. You just
Okay.
can't say Spider-Man. All right, that's
That's
starting
fine.
now. We've got a
Okay.
punishment in place. All right, so we haven't even mentioned the topic. This is our thoughts on What If halfway through the season. Now, I know you haven't watched them all, or have you watched them all now?
I have not. No, the only episode I watched was the zombie episode.
Okay.
Well, I've only watched 2 episodes of What If for the viewers. I watched episode
Did we
1
talk?
and I
Did we
watched
talk
episode
about episode
5.
1 already?
I think we did. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we have. Yeah, talked about it. I don't think it was it wasn't last week. It was a couple of weeks ago.
So I'll just go in order and just list off what I thought. I'll try not to spoil it, just in case you do want to go
I
watch
mean,
them.
you can, bro. I'm
No, I'll
not
try and sell it
interested.
to you
I'm
without
not
spoiling it.
interested in them.
So episode 2 is T'Challa Star-Lord.
I know the ending of that, and
Incredible episode.
I think the ending of that episode is fucking awful.
The ending was the ending with a lot of these episodes is sort of just like this is what's going to happen. I feel like a lot of the episodes are not really showing the consequences.
Yeah,
And they're also not showing the event majorly. They're just showing like the
showing decent
midway point,
notes.
I guess. And that's definitely true for episode 2 and 3. Episode 4 was fine. We get to see the start and the end of it.
4 was the evil Doctor Strange episode, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was incredibly emotional episode.
I've heard
Uh,
good things about that one.
it was brilliant. Like it just the animation style of it is incredible with how they've done it.
It's okay.
Uh, and it's just like weird. It's like weirdly emotional because
Your mama weirdly emotional. Ooh.
it's I don't know why it is, but it is. It's not like I've seen Doctor Strange a million times as to where I'll get emotional from it.
I've seen it
Even
twice.
even the character of Christine Palmer is not really
Oh, is that
a character you
his
remember.
girlfriend?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
like
what you
she's
mean.
sort of the whole focus of the entire episode. I'm just like,
Yeah,
why? To be
why
fair, I'll
not?
be more sad if it was based around like Wong.
Hmm.
Um, fucking, I'm trying not to spoil it, but yeah. Well, we could say Christine Palmer dies. It was in the trailer, but yeah, that's basically what the whole episode's about. Um, but yeah, episode 3 for me was my favorite episode. That was it didn't make much sense as to why it was happening, but it's good to see like just like all the Avengers just fucking
Getting murked.
getting KO'd. I could say that they died, can't I? I just can't say
Well, I
how.
mean
The how is
the
the
title of
spoiler.
the
'Cause it is a
episode
murder
the
mystery.
title of the episode is literally "What if the Avengers died?" Like that.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, that was my favorite episode personally. Just seeing especially like Hulk fucking coming everywhere. Um.
I think I've seen that clip. The one of him. He gets like blown up, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I've seen that clip. Yeah.
It's especially amazing. Like just they actually like reference fucking
Yeah, the Edward Norton film.
which I never thought they would do again.
Well, you say that where fucking Abomination's in Shang-Chi, so
Well,
there
yeah,
you go.
absolutely. But now I guess we'll talk about episode 5, which was incredible. Um, and first of all, can we just say we've had our first mention of Uncle Ben, aside from obviously the like suitcase being BFP, but the arachnid was incredible in the episode. See, that's how you do it without saying it. I thought the Wasp was really good, although I sort of didn't really understand why she had to. I guess we can't really say why she did what she did. She
What
could have just,
in the zombie episode?
yeah,
Well, I know why. It's because she'd been infected.
I guess, but why couldn't she just like
And because they didn't have a
go?
cure.
Why could she just go somewhat big, as to where she could just pick them all up and then
Oh,
fly.
I thought to be honest with you, I thought she was just going to throw them because she said like go over them. She went big. I thought she was going to go big, and then throw them and then shrink back down.
Yeah, that would have been smarter.
The thing is, if she threw them, like, what if they didn't land there?
Half of the things in this episode were just like, why did that have to happen?
Yeah, when I first watched this, I said I thought it was actually really good. I've thought about it a little more, and I think like it's okay. Like I was being a bit hyperbolic when I said it was really good because it's a bit mid. I will be honest.
I was sort of the opposite. I thought it was really bad when I first watched it, and I thought back to it. I was just like, some points were okay, but
Yeah, well, like
I'm still with you when I say it was mid.
one of my biggest problems in it was Peter Parker.
Hmm.
Like he just seems like he's not taking it seriously at all. And then they have the whole thing of him being like, "Oh, literally everyone I know is dead." But you know,
Yeah.
just you know, we move whatever. Like I thought that was really shit.
Also, why, if they can go to Wakanda,
Why didn't they in the first
didn't?
place? I think it's because they
Yeah,
didn't have the transportation to do so.
but Okoye went from
Yeah, Okoye
Wakanda
managed to
to
make it
New
from
York.
Wakanda to New York. So what happened to Okoye's transport? Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying though. There are quite a few plot holes in there.
Also,
Like
why was Black
another
Panther
thing,
with the Avengers? And why
yeah,
was
yeah, he
Bucky
was
not
separate,
there?
wasn't he? Yeah, they were separate, weren't they? And then the Vision, like the Vision is pretty much just like a fucking mad doctor, just like experimenting on people to feed them to what's her name? Like it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, like I did have problems with the episode. I thought Paul Bettany he did a perfectly good job as the Vision. I thought a lot of the voice acting in that episode was good. Like it was nice hearing Paul Rudd. I thought Paul Rudd was great. He did seem to like think of it as like a bit of a joke. It's the same problem with Spider-Man. Like they weren't taking it seriously enough.
What I found with a lot of the characters that have to do like voice acting anyway
Yeah,
are
they're
normally
usually the best. Like
they're the
Paul Bet,
better
like
ones in
yeah,
the
I was
show.
gonna say Paul Bettany and Paul Rudd. I thought gave great performances because
Like
you know
if you look at Sebastian Stan,
his is
ooh,
very like stilted. Like it's very much just like oh, what's it? Like when he sees Cap on the train, it's sort of just like I think you've had enough, Cap. Like it's really wooden. It was in the first episode as the one with Agent Carter. I thought the what's her name? The woman who plays Agent Carter. Oh, Haley Atwell. I
yeah,
thought
that's one.
Haley Atwell was by a massive distance the best voice actor in that episode. Like she was leaps and bounds better than everyone.
I think
I
she's one of the best so far.
Oh yeah, like her performance was superb. I thought Paul Bettany was superb as the Vision, but obviously, you know, he's had experience doing voice acting because he played Jarvis for like fucking years and years, as well as doing like just voice acting in general. Um, Tom Holland didn't play Spider-Man in that. Like, it's very noticeable that it isn't Tom Holland.
At the start, I thought it was Tom, but then as the episode went
No,
on,
like
I
as it
thought,
goes on, it sounds more
yeah,
just some random bloke. I thought Boseman. I feel really horrible criticizing Chadwick Boseman because he was on his fucking pretty much on his fucking deathbed when he's recording it. But I thought his performance was pretty shite as well. Like I do feel
in
horrible.
episode,
I feel really
I
horrible criticizing it, but in the zombie episode, like it felt really his performance was really bad.
Now, I was gonna say, that. In episode 2, his performance was brilliant.
Yeah,
I would recommend you go watch it just for Chadwick's performance alone. But then in
yeah.
the zombies
His
episode,
zombie
it was.
is rubbish. It's awful. Like you
I'm
can,
guessing that's because we only see him when he's like
yeah. He's
he's
missing a
injured.
leg.
So
Like he's missing a leg. So you
I guess
know,
he was trying to do like an injured voice, but it didn't really work out.
no. It sounded like he was just because obviously we know now he was actually ill. It just sounded like he was ill rather than you know I'm absolutely fucking knackered. I'm missing a leg. I'm being held captive by a sentient robot. Like it didn't sound like that. It just sounded like well, it feels really horrible saying this, but it genuinely sounded like just Chadwick Boseman had cancer.
Can I just say, zombie Thanos makes no fucking sense.
No, it doesn't. The end to that episode made no sense. And
Right.
also, was he in Wakanda already? Like, was that what the implement? Is that what the? Is that what they were implying? Like, he's already in Wakanda, or are they implying he's about to take Wakanda? I don't. I don't really get it.
He looked like he was in a street. I don't.
Yeah, no, it looked because like you see like behind him in the distance, there's loads of like really high buildings. So I don't know if that's showing he's in Wakanda and he's already taken Wakanda, or whether he's like outside of Wakanda. But if he is outside of Wakanda, why is he facing away from? Like it made no sense to me at all.
Like a few plot holes I found. Right. So in Ant-Man and Wasp, when they got back from the quantum realm, it was a real struggle.
Yeah,
Like I know the zombies have like heightened like it's just the characters, but they're just like they're
zombies.
zombies.
Yeah,
So I see how they could come back, but also why would they sort of thing? I
yeah,
didn't really understand
yeah.
that.
Well, I think it's because that's what they know. That's where their food is. I guess.
Maybe.
That's the only reason I can think is like they know if they size up, they'll find people. Mm.
And also like, uh, where was Thor?
Off world.
I was really expecting
Well,
him to just
he was
fucking
still
come
off
in
world though, wasn't he?
with
Well,
like
like if
Stormbreaker.
yeah, I think they probably could have written him into it. I think like it's more just because they never like sent for Thor, I guess, or like he was just sort of floating out in space.
Well, we don't really
I
know
don't know.
like the
I don't
time
know.
frame because Bruce Banner. Well,
Well,
like,
we know it's
how
like
long is Infinity War? Like how many days
it's
does it span
in
over?
yeah it's in the events of Infinity War, isn't it? Based on in and around the events of Infinity War.
Because Infinity War can't be that long, is what I'm thinking though. It must
Infinity
only be
War's
like a
not
day.
like too long. Yeah, Infinity War's like a couple.
Because where would Doctor Strange,
Well,
the
while they're in space,
Arachnid,
it
the
takes
Arachnid, and
yeah
Iron Man
Peter Parker. Well,
get
while they're
get
in
food in
space,
space?
I was going to say it must take them a while in space. Like, I doubt that fucking giant space donut can travel halfway across the galaxy in a day. Like, I'm sure
Hmm.
they were on there for at least a couple days. So, I think it takes place over the space of like maybe a week, but the episode takes place over the space of I would say 2 days, something like about that.
I don't get it though.
No,
Infinity War is a confusing timeline.
it is, yeah. Like it's you don't really get a definitive time frame on it, but
I'll work it out. I'll work it out, everyone.
yeah.
I've already seen the films like 30 times, so
I couldn't do that, you know. Like I've
I'll watch it
watched,
like
and we're back. If you couldn't guess, our recording software really is terrible. Like, this is the third time it's disconnected now. But yeah, pretty much we've said all we really need to say on What If, so we'll just wrap it up here.
Yeah.
So it doesn't disconnect on us again. Imagine if it disconnects while we're doing the outro. Oh my days.
I don't think it will.
I'd be surprised if it did. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed, remember to leave a like, comment down below your favourite moments, subscribe if you are already subscribed. Remember to ring that notification bell. Share the video around with your friends and stuff. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Upload day is changed to Friday rather than Tuesday. That's that. Hopefully, I mean that's probably going to become a permanent thing unless my timetable changes again, which I hope it doesn't. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, probably. Yeah, see you then.
See you later, fuckers.
Wow, rude.
Trash. Absolute trash. I was disgusted.